Welcome to Purple Sage Golf Course as we bring you for the first time on mylocalradio.com Evanston Cross Country. It's the 2021 Evanston Invite. And just to let you know, we don't have our typical cameras out on the course today because everything is so fluid, so moving. We are filming this with an iPad, so we apologize if the camera is a little bit shaky, but we are doing the best we can and just thrilled to bring Evanston Cross Country to mylocalradio.com for the first time. We got a heck of a race ahead for you, but first we do have a pre-program. I don't know if you can call it a pre-game show, pre-race show, whatever you'd like to call it. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will hear from Coach Nate Conrad of the Evanston Red Devils. This is a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil Cross Country on mylocalradio.com.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
School. It's the right path indeed, where we learn to read and learn to write. School's the ticket to reach new heights. We make new friends, learn social skills, art, foreign language, music, and more. Science, technology, engineering, math, history, and health in that PE class. With computers and books and teachers and more, our brains will grow and our dreams will soar. So do whatever it takes to never miss school, because a great education, why, that's really cool. My friends, be cool. Go to school.
Here with Evanston Cross Country head coach Nate Conrad. Coach Conrad, Evanston will have their only home cross country meet this Friday starting at 1 o'clock. How excited are the group to run in front of their home fans and their home family?
The athletes are really, really excited. They really look forward to running here at home. Just for the fact that their families don't have to travel and more people are able to come out and watch. So they're really excited. And then Bubba O'Neill, Coach O'Neill, he's actually arranged to get other athletes and students. The school district is providing a couple of buses. They're going to bring out kids that sign up in the office, and we're going to see hopefully about 60 to 70 kids from football team, volleyball team coming out and supporting our athletes. So there's a really good opportunity for some fun excitement and lots of people there to watch these kids run. So it's going to be really awesome.
It's really cool because the cross country team is getting a lot of credit for making the student section as rowdy as it has been this year. Of course, Curtis Richens has been out there leading the charge at everything he can get to. And even when he's not there, he's been participating in the chat room on mylocalradio.com. How gratifying is it to see the other programs take notice of that and be like, hey, this group has been supporting us all year. It's our turn to go return the favor?
Yeah, the other programs, the other coaches have been very receptive and very appreciative of the support our cross country team has given their teams and their athletes, and it's been something that we've always kind of pushed and promoted with our runners ever since Coach Berger and we started. We always looked to find opportunities to get our athletes to those other sporting events. In fact, actually, I still remember our first year coaching. We were up in Riverton. Finished a meet and showed up at Riverton High School to support our volleyball team that was competing back 11, 12 years ago. And it was just our small cross-country team. We weren't very big back then, but that small group of guys, they were so much louder than the entire Riverton student body that I think the girls ended up winning that day. But they loved it, and we've always promoted that and always pushed for our athletes to do that. So seeing the other programs, volleyball and football, the coaches really pushing for this, getting their athletes to buy in and to get excited to come and support us is really, really awesome. We love it. We appreciate it. And we just love to support, Red Devil athletics, and, from swimming to golf to cross country, volleyball, basketball in the winter, and wrestling going forward. We want to promote these athletes and these kids that are investing in and putting so much effort and time into what they're doing beyond just schoolwork. It's pretty gratifying to see that being paid back to our kids that are getting a chance to be highlighted and recognized and supported. It's pretty awesome.
Pretty small meet, but when you look at the fact that Evanston Cross Country will be moving down to 3A next year, it's against two fellow state competitors in 2022 and just under a year. How excited are you as a coach of this program to see how your program measures up against the Lyman and Mountain View?
Oh yeah, we're really excited. We've always had the opportunity to run against Lyman and Mountain View over the years. We'll show up at the same meets. We've even shown up at the same meets down in Utah before, and then always when we go to meets here in the state of Wyoming, we often run against them. But there's a new added flavor with the knowledge that we will be dropping down to 3A next year, and these are going to be teams that we're going to be competing against. This is going to be fun. Mountain View and Lyman both are great programs. They've got great coaches, and they're developing runners and athletes really, really well, and they're competitive, and so this is going to be fun. We haven't thrown a complete team yet at Mountain View, and so they've come back and kind of nipped us in the butt in the last two times that we've run against them this year, just barely beating us out by a couple of points. But we're going to try and give a go at putting a healthy varsity team to line up against them, and it's going to be a duke. It's going to be a fight. We're going to throw some haymakers. They're going to throw some haymakers. They've got a great kid that's their number one runner out of Kemmer that's running cross country for them. Watched him at track last spring, and he's great runner, great kid. And the Mountain Views, they're going to come and they're going to compete as best as they can. And so is Lyman. Lyman's also going to do. So this is going to be an opportunity to kind of foreshadow what we might see over the next couple of years as we continue to battle at the 3A level for years to come.
Do you sense a budding rivalry between you guys and those two programs since you're all in the same county and now we'll all be at 3A?
Probably. I mean, it's in the past with us being at 4A, there's been that, rivalry. We've gone over and raced at Lyman at their course. We've run at Mountain View's course quite a few times over the years, and then they've come over here quite often. And so there's always been that built-in closeness that has made it easy to race and compete against each other. But now, with the added bonus that we're now going to be competing at 3A, it does add a little bit more pepper to the spice, so to speak. And so it should be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, it'll be a good brawl, as cross country running goes, So it'll be really cool to see how we match up, and then going forward over the years. They've got some great runners coming up through their middle school programs. We've got a middle school program that's really developing kids, and so over the next couple of years we could have some really good battles between Evanston, Mountain View, and Lyman at the 3A level. So it's going to be fun.
Coach, also joining this trio of Uintah County teams will be Manila, Utah. As of the recording right now, that's the only Utah team joining. We may have another one coming up at the last minute, but talk to us a little bit about Manila and how they got involved in coming to Evanston.
So Manila, they just have a small cross-country program, but they've always come and joined in at our meet here. It's just, for being where they're at over, south of Green River, kind of on the far edge of Utah, it's kind of hard for them to get to meets really easily. And so they've always come to our meet just because of ease, and it's the closest one that they can get to. And it's great to support those schools and to have them looking forward to come out here and run against us. They like the way that we run our courses. They've supported us and we support them. And so it's just kind of, paying it forward and continuing to promote and support the efforts that coaches and athletes take to invest this much time and effort into a hard sport like cross country. We really appreciate the opportunity to support them and give them a maybe a little bit easier travel day for them to get to allow their kids to compete and run and race. So it's a lot of fun.
Coach, when we talked to you before the Roy meet, you guys said you had some spots that were kind of empty that you had to fill with some JV runners. Looked at the results. They all did really, really well. This week, though, are you going to have the full varsity band back together for this home meet?
We're definitely going to try. Derek Parks and Junior Zimeno, who have been on the varsity team, they're both coming off of some illnesses. So they've started running after sitting out for about a week, trying to get their lungs back and get them going. So they'll race since it is such a small meet. We're just doing a boys race and a girls race. We're not dividing it out between varsity and JV. So I think the plan is to hopefully have them run and see what we can get out of them. We're not expecting them to be up at the top where they've been at, but we're hoping to be able to close that gap so that when we're planning next week and the week after that, we'll have some better insight as to where their fitness level is. And so we're going to put both as many of our athletes in as we can to get them to run in front of their home fans and their parents. So I think we'll have everybody there to compete. We'll just see what level of efforts, because we have like Katie Saxton on the girls' side. She's been out sick, one of our senior leaders. And so we're hoping that she will be running. But again, she's not 100% just yet. But again, it's just stepping stone. We've got this meet, and then just next Wednesday, we're at Star Valley for our end of the season, kind of a last race, and then it's conference. So this home meet is a great opportunity for the kids to run in front of their fans and their friends and stuff, but it's also a stepping stone to help finally to get us to decide, what is going to be that final 7 that's going to run varsity, what's going to be that final 14 that are going to run varsity and JV. So we've got, especially on the boys side of the equation, we've got really lots of competition. So every meet is an opportunity to get a little bit more data as to who's going to be racing where. So
if you can't make it to the meet on Friday at 1, then tune in to mylocalradio.com. Monday at 7 p.m., we will have a abbreviated broadcast of both the boys and girls meet here in Evanston. So that'll be on My Local Radio Monday night at 7 p.m. That's Coach Nate Conrad, head coach for the cross-country team here in Evanston. Coach Conrad, good luck. Super excited to see you guys in person on Monday. Anything else?
No, again, just thanks for all the support from everybody in the community who helped out with our fundraiser, and for the administration helping us out with the whole busing situation, getting athletes out there and students to support our runners. So thank you again. And then last but not least, go Red Devils.
And the students have come out to support, as you can see on your screen at mylocalradio.com, a little bit more than 60 students, as all the parents are here. I've never been to a cross-country meet before, but I can tell you this has got to be one of the most attended that I've ever seen, of course, because it's my first one. But I got to tell you, this has got to be a very good attendance for a cross-country meet, and hopefully the fact that we have such good attendance, we have the broadcast, this is going to bring more schools to the Evanston Invite in the future. A big thank you to Coach Nate Conrad for joining us on the pre-race show. When we come back, we're going to get to know your Red Devils. We have Curtis Richens, who will be racing today. We're going to get to know him a little bit better right after this on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil Cross Country on mylocalradio.com.
The best cement comes from Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. They've been mixing cement for every type of job for generations. Major construction, road and bridge, cement blocks, foundations, sidewalks, curb and gutter, cement steps, septic tanks, and water troughs. No job is too large or too small. Make sure you get the best quality cement available at the best prices. Always get your cement from Ellingford Brothers. Call today. Ellingford Brothers. We know cement. 307-789-1515.
Time flies, especially when you're having fun. This is Jeremy Rex, manager at T-Bar S in Evanston. It's hard to believe that we've been here almost a year with our new management team and staff. Did you know that you can have your vehicle detailed, your windshield replaced, chip repair done, or get your trailer refinished or rewired at T-Bar S? Of course, we are a full-service collision repair shop, too. You can even change your oil and your brakes. Visit T-Bar S today. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, Evanston.
This is Colt Hamilton with Rocky Mountain Yeti Evanston. I'm excited to announce our new Legendary Leadership Award. Each month we are going to be giving away $1,000 to a local legendary leader. We need your nominations. We want to start giving back to people that have stepped up to keep our community thriving. Nominate anyone from leaders among our schools, healthcare workers, first responders, and so on. Who do you know that has made an impact in our community? Together, let's recognize and reward people that have made a difference in your lives. Email me your nominations at leaders@RockyMountainYetiEvanston.com or click the link below. Again, that's leaders@RockyMountainYetiEvanston.com.
As your local Ricoh, Toshiba, and Sharp dealer, Mountain West Business Solutions represents quality office equipment that lasts. We work with each client to understand your workflow, your goals, and your bottom line. Whether you lease or purchase office equipment, we have many ways to work with you to provide the best products at the best value. We also service and provide supplies for HP printers. Call Mountain West Business Solutions today. Let us help you find the best solutions for you and your business.
Welcome to another edition of Get to Know Your Red Devils, joined by senior on the Evanston cross country team, Curtis Richens. Curtis, so here's the deal. I have 10 questions in front of me. I need you to pick 4 numbers between 1 and 10, and those will be your interview questions. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
All right, so what numbers you got for me?
1, 5, 9, and 10.
1, 5, 9, and 10. Okay. What is the most valuable lesson you have learned from Coach Conrad on the cross country team?
Mostly that sports aren't all about your physical attributes. It's also what's going on in your head, and that if you work hard, anything is possible and you can get anything done.
Awesome. So you picked 1, 5, 9, and 10. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. 5. What is your favorite food and what is your favorite restaurant here in Evanston?
My favorite food is spaghetti, and my favorite restaurant would have to be Main Street Deli. They just make a mean buffalo chicken wrap.
You know what? That is the second time that question's come up, and second time that Main Street Deli has come up. I can't blame you guys. It's my wife's favorite, one of my top favorites, and I'm hearing a lot about their wraps. I haven't tried their wraps yet, so I guess that's a must-do.
Yeah.
All right, so 9. What is your biggest fear?
Probably my biggest fear is just heights. That's pretty basic, but, just scared.
If you're scared of heights, then that's a pretty big fear, right?
Yeah.
All right, and number 10. What is your favorite subject in school right now?
Probably English. I'm just really having a fun time reading the book that we're reading. It's pretty cool.
So what's your favorite book right now?
Well, we're reading O Pioneers, but my favorite book personally is just all of the Harry Potter series.
You and my wife have a lot in common. She likes Main Street Deli. She's a huge Harry Potter fan. Do you know what house you're in?
I'm probably a Ravenclaw.
You're pretty clever.
Yeah, that's my own opinion, but...
All right, that's Curtis Richens. Curtis, thank you so much for the time. Anything else?
No, thank you.
All right, that has been Get to Know Your Red Devils. A big thank you to Curtis Richens for joining us on Get to Know Your Red Devils before the Evanston invite. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will bring you uninterrupted coverage of the girls' race. And before we get started, we'll give you some favorites, some names to keep an eye out for when we come back after this on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston Cross Country on mylocalradio.com.
best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
They say the 3 most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Well, we are here, the start of the first race of the day, as we are about 4 minutes away from the start, according to the stopwatch, as we get ready for this first race. It's the girls' race. Let's give you some names to keep an eye out for on the girls' side. A lot of eyes will be on Lyman's Carly Saby and Evanston's Jocelyn Kapner. Kapner, of course, having a very good season this year. J.C. Peacock from Lyman, also want to keep an eye on Katie Saxton from Evanston, as well as Talia Conrad and Eliza Day from the Red Devils. Also keep an eye out on them. It's a beautiful afternoon at Purple Sage Golf Course. Is the where? 2021 Evanston Invite is the what. My name is ELAN, OLLIFF, and I am very proud to be bringing you Evanston Cross Country for the first time to mylocalradio.com, as we have runners from Evanston, Lyman, Mountain View, and Manila, Utah in the race today. 26 young women. Along with those mentioned, we have Lizel Botts, Jasmine Tapia, Abby Palmer. By the way, the previous 2 were from Evanston. Palmer from Lyman, Clara France from Lyman, Mackay Carver from Evanston, Aubrey Horrocks from Evanston, Caroline Williams from Lyman, Shalise Ellingford and Isabella Dover from Evanston, Abby Heisel from Lyman, Ashton Wells from Lyman, Aurora Draper from Manila, 2 Mountain View Buffaloes, Indiana Covington and Faith Whiting, Mallory Seapost from Evanston, Lillian Robertson from Manila, Yari Serta from Evanston, Tally Hamilton, Charlie Harmer from Manila, and Lindsay Sharp from Evanston. Those are the 26 young women that will take place in this 5K battle. As we get set for this matchup, you see our camera kind of pointing in the direction that everyone will run, and also take a look at all of the student support, all the community support, everyone who made the trip out to Purple Sage Golf Course. A heck of a turnout as these young ladies will kick off today's events. Again, this will be brought to you uninterrupted. Then we'll take a break between the boys and girls race. And a big thank you to all of our sponsors. Also got to give a live read mention to Boogie Boys Garage. This broadcast also brought to you in part by Boogie Boys Garage. Let's make your vehicle boogie down the road again. That's Boogie Boys Garage in Evanston. Also, the Lumberyard in Evanston. A big thank you to Travis Hoagman and the crew. Also, a big thank you to Evanston Walmart. Pay less, live better. Evanston Walmart, supporting student success in all areas. The man in the blue shirt, that's Coach Nate Conrad. He's going to go out and get ready to fire the starting pistol, and we will get ready to go for race number 1 of the day. And we're off. We are underway, and the crowd is rooting them on. A tight pack to start it out. We'll see what's going on from the get-go. Looks like Jocelyn Kapner immediately goes out to the front, to try to pace some things. And right behind her is the co-favorite, Carly Saby from Lyman. You see they're going to run straight, and then they're going to make a turn, go up this little bluff that you see right in front of you on mylocalradio.com, and then they'll come down it just out of reach. We got camera angles from all over the course as we will be catching up with them later on down the course. They'll come up kind of a bit of a hill. They'll come to a false flat before going down, and now here's the first real look at the race. That is Kapner and Saby in first and second with a good lead, probably about 5 seconds on that main pack as the rest of them is chasing them down. Expect to see this group kind of get blown up as we go on. A good look at Shalisa Ellingford as she runs by your screen. Kind of hard to recognize some other people as there's no numbers on the uniforms as we go later on down the course. And now we are seeing some real separation, but the battle between the two, Carly Saby of Lyman in the white headband, and right behind her, Jocelyn Kapner from Evanston. Those two have already set a pace, and let's see exactly how far the other group is behind them. We're going to get a good idea in a minute as you'll see them kind of curve out in front, off in the distance. You'll see exactly how far away. You see the golf cart straight ahead, and that gives you an idea how far ahead the leading group is in front of that main group. And right now it looks like Saby out to maybe a step and a half lead on top of Jocelyn Kapner of Evanston. There you go, 3 more trying to chase them down, but that gap continues to grow between the main group you see in front of you in the distance and the leading 2. Good look there at the main group trying to chase down the 2 leaders. Again, our 2 leaders, Jocelyn Kapner from Evanston and Carly Saby from Lyman. You might see them off in the distance as they are well out there. There's the golf cart, so they should be right behind them. And sure enough, there they are. Again, just a visualization on how far in front these 2 are and how that first kick from both of them has kind of resulted. However, you see they're starting to come around that turn. Not super far behind. If my eyes are not deceiving me, it looks like that main group might have cut down the gap between the 2. We'll see what happens here, though. This is also a circuit course, so it's going to be 3 laps and then down to the finish up here at Purple Sage Golf Course at the Evanston Cross Country Course. 2021 Evanston Invite on mylocalradio.com. ELAN OLLIFF bringing you the action live from Purple Sage. Not live as we were. This was previously recorded, as you can see on your screen. Another good look at all the fans that have come out to support their cross-country teams from Evanston, Lyman, Mountain View, and Manila, Utah. 57 degrees was the temperature when everything got started, and now we're about to start lap number 2. And again, Kapner and Saby pacing the group. Let's see if we can get an idea of exactly how far ahead those 2 are. But a strong stride from both runners. The runner from Lyman is Saby. Kapner from Evanston right on her tail as they run off into the distance below that hill. You can kind of see their heads, but that's all you'll be able to see is we still await the arrival of the next ones down the field, and there they are. That looks like J.C. Peacock from Lyman, and now Evanston will get a couple of runners come through as well. So that's your top 5 right on their tail. Another Evanston runner. And this is lap 2 of 3. As they keep coming, there's the golf cart off in the distance. That tells you exactly how far ahead that lead pack is. But look at this. That looks like Saby making a move to try to create some separation from Kapner. Can Kapner follow this move by Saby? Those two have been the undisputed leaders of this race from the word go. And now Sabi trying to create some separation. It looks like Kapner is going to close this one down. Still, Sabi out in front. Getting a look off in the distance, and here's Sabi again with Jocelyn Kapner right on her tail. Kapner able to keep up with the moves that Sabi is putting in there. And now looks like we got a kick from Sabi again. Trying to create some separation, get to the finish line solo is the goal of Carly Sabi. Jocelyn Kapner is denying her. She closes it down again. Great job by Kapner as the race at the front for the 2021 Evanston Invite here in the girls race is intense here at Purple Sage Golf Course. You kind of get an idea now how far apart this race has splintered throughout the course as those two young ladies off in the distance, and there goes Sabi again, trying to get something, some sort of daylight, but the hometown Evanston girl says no. Again, just giving you an idea of how far apart this course has kind of exploded. Sabi still in the lead. Kapner matching her stride for stride thus far.
Pace car.
As we come to the beginning of the final lap, and now Sabi with the most separation we've seen at this point in the race from her. Carly Sabi of Lyman in the white headband and the sunglasses is the leader. Jocelyn Kapner hanging on to her and keeping her within striking distance. Great race at the front by these two. Clock begins to tick to see what the gap is to the rest of the field. As we look down the course, you see just out of sight that road kind of drops down. They're on an uphill climb coming to that portion as the next runners will finally arrive. This looks like Eliza Day having a great race right behind her, JC Peacock. I believe this is Katie Saxton coming through. Don't know exactly what the time gap is back between these runners you're seeing arrive and the lead group of Carly Sabi and Jocelyn Kapner. But last we saw, Sabi has been trying to put in multiple moves to create some separation, but Kapner has been able to hang on, no problem.
Let's go, Lisa!
One by one, they arrive at the top to begin their final lap. Next time, instead of coming up this hill, they'll actually stay down on the flat and hook kind of around. You'll see you'll get an idea of what it is when we get there, and come to the finishing area over by the start line. Lyman, Evanston, Manila, and Mountain View battling in the 2021 Evanston Invite. And now we get yet another idea of how this is blown up. Man, nope, never mind. That is Sabi off in the distance. She has finally created some separation between her and Kapner. She's been putting in move after move, and Kapner has been able to hold on, but now Sabi has created distance between her and the hometown Jocelyn Kapner. Sabi just running off your screen. Kapner trying to hang on to her. Back to the top of the climb. This is a Manila racer, either Aurora Draper or Charlie Harmer. Racer still starting that third lap. This is Mountain View's Tally Hamilton. People beginning to move down towards the finish line as they anticipate the arrival of Saby and Kapner in the next few minutes. It was a tight race for a while. Saby kept putting in move after move to try to drop Kapner. Kapner held on, but it looked like somewhere in that third lap, Saby created some separation, as now this is that kind of a road that they're going to run down before they kind of make a U-turn to the finish line. Now we'll get an idea of if that move stuck. If Saby is here solo or if Kapner was able to reel her back in. Wow, what a great look at the crowd here at Purple Sage Golf Course. Football players, volleyball players, swimmers, they're all here to support the Evanston Red Devil cross-country team that has supported them at almost everything. Trying to get a good look down the road to see if we can see the top of the roof of that golf cart. Our runners just starting the third lap at the top, and here is that golf cart. Let's see who is in tow. That is Saby. I don't see Kapner. It looks like Carly Saby is looking for the solo victory at the 2021 Evanston Invite for Lyman. Now the question is how far back is Jocelyn Kapner? And the answer is not far at all. She's right there with her. Not far at all, maybe 10 seconds down. And Kapner and Saby are going to run. Here's that U-turn I talked about. The golf cart is showing you the track into the finish. As our camera person tries to move as smoothly as he can towards the finish line. Here comes Saby into the final stretch. Kapner is not in sight. It will be a solo victory for Carly Saby of Lyman in the 2021 Evanston Invite for the girls. Right on her tail, though, Jocelyn Kapner, who kept up with her for much of this race, and here she comes for a respectable second place. Not a bad race at all, young lady. A live look at, or a look at the two top finishers. Carly Saby in the blue and Jocelyn Kapner with the pitchfork E on her uniform. Who will finish third? This is another Evanston finisher. That is Eliza Day. A great performance for her to find herself in the top three. She comes through and is greeted by Coach Carlin Barton after a great performance. J.C. Peacock from Lyman will be fourth. That is a great example of just how hard this sport is. Katie Saxton of Evanston rounds out the top five. These young women gave it all. 5 kilometers, the winning time, 20 minutes, 57 seconds, 0.62. 5 kilometers in 20 minutes. What an impressive show of athleticism that these ladies have shown here at Purple Sage Golf Course. We have our top 5. It's Saby from Lyman, Kapner from Evanston, Day from Evanston, Peacock from Lyman, Saxton from Evanston, and in 6th place, Talia Conrad from Evanston. So the Red Devils occupying 3 of the top 5, 4 of the top 6 spots. So a great performance by the Evanston Red Devils here at their home meet. Here comes another Red Devil. It's Lizel Botts. Hot on her heels is Jasmine Tapia. So the top 8, 6 from Evanston. Here comes a Lyman runner. That's Abby Palmer. She'll tap in at 9th and almost have our top 10. The boys warming off up in the distance. You can see it. And here comes our 10th runner. That's Clara France from Lyman. Mackay Carver sprinting in for the Red Devils. Strong finish from Mackay Carver. And she comes in with a very respectable time of 24.2924. One by one, they all come into the finishing straight. Here comes Aubrey Horrocks, good enough for 12th place with a time of 24:48.33. Man, running 5K in 25 minutes, that is a feat. Good look at the crowd again. And here comes our next finisher. It's Caroline Williams out of Lyman. She hits the line with a time of 25:21.36. And now we got a group of them coming in. It's Shalisa Ellingford and Isabella Dover. The sprint, Ellingford might have barely out-touched her, and I believe that is the call. Ellingford 25:32.38. Dover 25:32.64, so it is Shalise Ellingford in 14th. Isabella Dover rounds out the top 15. And a Lyman runner coming in. That is Abby Heisel, 25:56.14. Here comes Ashton Wells out of Lyman. Time of 26:10.64. Beautiful day here at Purple Sage Golf Course. You can see again the boys warming up off in the distance as we have a strong finish from Aurora Draper out of Manila, 26:30.32. Here comes Mountain View's Indiana Covington. She hits the line with a 26:45.86. After the girls finish, we'll have a quick break. Then we'll get you to the boys' race. That could be a good one. Owen Burnett, Hiram Baxter, Brigham Fannis, they're all here. Should be a great run here in Uintah County between three of the top runners in Wyoming. We have 19 safely to the line. Here comes number 20. That is Mountain View's Faith Whiting. She hits the line with a time of 27:30.04. Evanston runner coming in. This is Mallory Seapost. 27:45.39. 5 more runners out there on the course. We want to see all 26 finish. That is the goal. In a sport that is so mentally, physically challenging. Here comes another one. This is Lillian Robertson out of Manila. 28:11.60 for her.
Once somebody else comes in, let me know and we'll start writing down times.
I'm sorry, there is no way I could ever do this. So my hat's off to everyone who is competing in this event. Coming in is a Red Devil runner. This is Yari Serda. Serda tapping the line. 30.2958.
Okay.
3 more runners out there. We get all 3 of them in. We'll meet the goal of everyone finishing the race. My hat's off to every single one of these athletes. This is a sport that just looks grueling, and only the strongest and the toughest could do it. Boys warming up in the background. You can see them getting ready to go. Here comes another finisher. This is Tally Hamilton from Mountain View. Finishing with a time of 32.2268. Another runner coming in. This is Charlie Harmer from Manila, the second Manila runner of 2, 34.2951. All the fans still here, anxiously awaiting the arrival of our final runner, ready to root her on to the line. Beautiful day here in Evanston. October 1st, 57 degrees was the temperature when the girls' race started. And here she comes. It's Lindsay Sharp out of Evanston. She's going to finish strong and finish the race with a great time of 37.2278. Your winner, Carly Saby. Second place, Jocelyn Kavener, Eliza Day rounds out the top 3. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we will have the boys' race. That was fun. We'll get the boys next. This is a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil Cross Country on mylocalradio.com.
What do you do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes. For the tooth fairy. So the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
The importance of saving and learning how to use money wisely can be taught from a very young age. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we offer youth accounts to help kids learn to save, borrow, and spend responsibly. Our youth accounts are special, just like the kids in our community. Check out our See You Grow, See You Learn, and See You Prosper accounts for kids 0 to 18. These accounts are great to start managing finances. Open a youth account today for $1. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Red Devils! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Carly Saby of Lyman wins the girls' race with a time of 20.5762. Jocelyn Kavener, who is well on her heels almost the entire time, 10 seconds back, 21:08.23. And Eliza Day, with an impressive run, finishes third with a time of 22.2208. That's the top 3 from the girls' race. Let's talk about favorites in the boys. We briefly touched on it earlier, but a big name to keep an eye out on: Owen Burnett from Mountain View, Brigham Fannis from Lyman, Hiram Baxter, the lead Evanston runner. Then, of course, you've got Caden Wiley and Paul Baxter. Derek Parks also on our favorites list. He is coming back from an illness, so we heard Coach talk about that in the pre-race show as we get set for the boys' race.
Okay.
Close to 40 young men will start this journey. 5 kilometers, the same course that we saw the girls run it in, as we get set up in the right spot to capture this start. Once again, a great crowd on hand here at the 2021 Evanston Invite. It's going to feel great for these young athletes to know that they have this type of support from their friends, their fellow athletes, their families, their town. Plenty of people from Lyman and Mountain View here, as it is only 30 minutes down the road. As we get set for the start. And there we go, we're off. And the 38 young men begin this 5-kilometer journey. We'll see who decides to take some advantage first as they'll come around. It looks like already setting up is Owen Burnett out of Mountain View. He's the one that Coach talked about, said runs out of Kemmer but runs for Mountain View. And he's already charting to some separation. You saw him be the first up the hill already with a little bit of a gap. And we had a lapse of coverage, but this is a moment that people are going to talk about. Burnett creating some separation between Hiram Baxter and himself, and look at where that gap already is now. That was Burnett you saw way out in the distance. There is Baxter running second in the race. Owen Burnett with a massive lead here. Starting lap number 2 as we had a lapse in our coverage during lap number 1. This is at the bottom of that flat where we were catching so many of the girl racers. We're going to get our first good look at really where this race sits going into lap number 2, as there's the golf cart. And right behind him is Owen Burnett. And the clock starts. See how far he's got on everyone else. But Owen Burnett of Mountain View looking very, very comfortable. And here comes Hiram Baxter. Stops the clock at 16 seconds to my count. So 16 seconds behind Owen Burnett. Here comes the rest of the field. Looked like Noah Conrad was right there with them. Brigham Fannis in the white running past you. A lot of big names in this race. Man, the move that Owen Burnett put in early has already splintered this pack up. Junior Zermeno running right there, as well as Rustin Crane. Here's a look at Jamar McDowell. Another Red Devil runner, and right now things are definitely going the way of Owen Burnett, who just put the hurting on the pack earlier. Still at that same spot a little bit later on, and we still have racers coming through. Hopefully at some point we get a distance shot to kind of show you how far this race has kind of exploded. Here's a Manila runner. This is Thomas Draper out of Manila, along with a Lyman Eagle and an Evanston Red Devil. As this race has been blown apart, Owen Burnett on that first turn after this very hill on lap 1 put in a move that just splintered everyone. As you get a good look at Wyatt Sawyer coming through. But Owen Burnett might be answering the question fairly early on who's going to win this race. And look at that. There's that distance shot I was hoping we could get. And I believe Owen Burnett is the one way off in the distance, off to the right. See him moving across your screen. And now this is at the top of that climb where we caught so many of the girls racers in the girls race. Here comes the golf cart. Owen Burnett again. He has put in a heck of a race here today as we start the stopwatch to see if we have an idea of how far back and how much time he is putting in to the field. Paul Baxter was second, or excuse me, Hiram Baxter is second, and there he is coming into your view. Owen Burnett already at 20 seconds. What a run by Burnett. Baxter, though, holding steadily on to second place out in front of the group as the group comes in behind him. Stopwatch stops around 41 seconds. A great run by Owen Burnett. Hiram Baxter, though, chasing him down as we're going to get a good look at the main field coming in, and that is Derek Parks. Caden Wiley right there. Curtis Richens and Brigham Fannis coming up right now. Tanner Newsom
Keep it up, Tanner.
heading
You're doing good. Keep it up.
towards the group.
Let's go, Noah.
And another look at the crowd beginning to move down towards the finish line. That was the beginning of lap 3. But Owen Burnett, my goodness, has put in an absolute monster of a run. Draper from Manila comes through. And now we are down on the dirt road heading to the finish. And Owen Burnett, all by himself, the runner from Kemmer who runs for Mountain View, is going to make it a Bridger Valley double at the 2021 Evanston Invite. Here comes the golf cart. Owen Burnett will be right behind it. The Natural Ranger turned Buffalo. Each stride brings him closer, and he comes in and wins the 2021 Evanston Invite Boys Race. A blistering time of 16:44.51. There is Paul Baxter right behind him in second place, coming through that dirt road. He will have second place. Burnett might have put in an attack that blew it apart, but Hiram Baxter did not lose any ground and will finish in second by a good margin. It will be back-to-back second-place finishes for the Red Devils here at the 2021 Evanston Invite. Hiram Baxter, the lead runner for Evanston, showing exactly why. You'll see him come down that finishing straight any moment now. And you see him, here he is, Hiram Baxter, the junior, hits the line with a time of 17:52.88. Coming in third place right behind him. How about that? Derek Parks coming off of illness to finish top 3 with a time of 18:06. And then immediately Paul Baxter, Caden Wiley, and Brigham Fannis in a sprint that will be won by Paul Baxter. Caden Wiley comes in second, and now Brigham Fannis comes in third. Here's Curtis Richens. By the way, the group of 3 with a time of 8:10. Richens comes in with 8:28. Right behind him, though, Tanner Newsom. That's going to be good enough for 8th place, 18:40.08. All of these times in under 20 minutes. That is very impressive. This is Noah Conrad, 18:53.66. We already have our top 9. Who's going to be that last person in the top 10? Now Another good look at a group coming in. As you can see them off in the distance, a trio of runners. Still waiting to see who that 10th runner will be. And here he comes right now. It's Junior Zermeno. Junior runs well as well for the Red Devils. A time of 1932.48. We saw a group of 3 out there in the distance. But coming home hard is Gideon Stahl. Jamar McDowell is going to be right behind him. Both of them in the 19-minute mark. Right behind him will be Jamison Williams. He's under 20 minutes as well. Rushing home is Aiden Conrad. Hot on his heels is Wyatt Adams, and Conrad will outdo Adams. Conrad with a time of 20:06. Adams with a time of 20:08. Also in is Jaden Welling, 20 minutes and 12 seconds. Right after him, this is David Aros, 2025, right on his tail. Colby Ferens, 2027. Here comes Chase Morrow and Isaiah Lang, and it will be Morrow who chases down Lang. All within the same second. Right behind him, Isaac Timms out of Mountain View. That sprint between Morrow and Lang, 0.3 of a second separated them. 5K comes down to 0.3 of a second between Morrow and Lang for spots 19 and 20. Here comes an Evanston runner that is I didn't catch the name. I think that was Riley Ovard from Evanston. As we wait on the next one. By the way, Rustin Crane coming in with a time of 21:13.99 for Lyman. Riley Ovard with a time of 21:22.98. Here comes Brody Reeves. Excuse me, that must have been Thomas Draper. Brody Reeves must have come in earlier, 21.54. Thomas Draper, 22.3156. Kais Herdsman. It's the line with a 22.4587. Here comes, that is Tanner Lord, 22.56. And Aiden Johnson right behind him, 23 flat for him. Justin Moon from Evanston with a time of 23:09. As they are coming in quickly. Wyatt Sawyer off in the distance. Here he comes. Sawyer with a time of 23:35. Only 8 more runners out there, and again, we want to see them all finish. 5K. Thomas Cope from Lyman will be our next finisher. Time of 23:57:03. Here's Brock Amon from Mountain View, 25:03.99. Jet Lewick from Mountain View, 24:45.48. Five more runners out there.
Come on, JC, let's go!
The crowd trying to bring them all home.
Come on, JC!
So we anxiously await the final 5 runners, all Evanston runners. And here comes one right now. That is Josh Hilton. Time of 25:34:09. Apologies to Riley Ovard. He seems to be the only one that we did not get a finish on tape. The one that we thought was Ovard was actually Brody Reeves. So we apologize to Riley Ovard. We didn't get his finish on the broadcast tape. But he does come in with a time of 21:22.98. 4 more runners out there for Evanston still. J.C. Kohler. Every step gets him closer to that line, and Kohler will come in with a time of 26:28.98. Right behind him, here comes Hunter Sims. Strong finish from Sims with a 26:37.99. Only 2 more out there. Mason Young. Here he comes. Time of 26:49.63. That leaves Owen Russell out there, and we want to see him finish. Russell, the lone runner out there. And again, 5K, this is not a sport I could do even at my best shape. So my hat's off to anyone who even tries the sport and just finishes. As here he comes. Owen Russell from Evanston to bring home the 2021 Evanston Invite. Owen Russell with a time of 28:08.34. Great time for Owen Russell. And a great set of races we had here at the 2021 Evanston Invite. Man, this was a great race to call and a lot of fun to be at. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we will have our top 10 results for both the boys and the girls on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil Cross Country on mylocalradio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today. Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Gee, Tommy, you look amazing. Did you try something different with your enamel?
No way. I wouldn't do anything to alter these pearly whites, but I did see Dr. McKay Frankham, who told me if I didn't floss, I could miss up 35% of food particles.
Really? He told you that?
Yep, and you know what? He's 100% right. I started flossing, and now I look better than ever.
Wow, I want to see Dr. McKay Frankham.
Well, give him a call, 307-789-8910. Easy to remember, right?
That's super easy. Dr. McKay Frankham at 307-789-8910. I'll call today.
For the first time ever, cross country on mylocalradio.com, and man, was it a blast. Thank you so much for tuning in as we have our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap brought to you by Jimmy John's on 113 Front Street in Evanston, where fast and fresh meat. And we've got to talk a lot about that boys race. Owen Burnett absolutely blows up the boys race. The time is 16:44.51. Puts in a move early that no one can hang on to. Hiram Baxter, though, finishes second, well out in front of the field as well. Derek Parks from Evanston, coming off of illness, finishes third to round out the top three. Paul Baxter from Evanston takes fourth, and Caden Wiley from Evanston takes fifth. in the girls' race. It was a duel between Carly Saby and Jocelyn Kapner, with those two immediately creating separation between them and the main pack. Saby, though, eventually would put in multiple moves, multiple attacks, I guess you could say, to try to drop Kapner, but Kapner wasn't going anywhere. In the end, Saby was able to create just enough distance to get the solo victory and win it with a time of 21.5762. Kapner right behind her, down by 10 seconds. In second, Eliza Day from Evanston with a big performance that I don't think a lot of people were seeing. Coach said that third place performance was a pleasant surprise and a great result for such a great runner. JC Peacock from Lyman comes in fourth, and Katie Saxton from Evanston rounds out the top 5 in the girls' race. That's your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap, brought to you by Jimmy John's on 113 Front Street in Evanston, where fast and fresh meat. Let's go ahead and go to the top 10 of the girls. Again, Carly Saby from Lyman wins it 20 minutes, 57 seconds, 0.62. Jocelyn Kapner, 10 seconds back. Third place, Eliza Day, back 124. JC Peacock from Lyman, back 143. As you can see, everybody kind of all in there. The top 5 rounded out by Katie Saxton from Evanston, back 145. Talia Conrad from Evanston, back 225. Lizel Botts from Evanston, back 245. Jasmine Tapia from Evanston takes 8th. Abby Palmer from Lyman back just over 3 minutes. And Clara France from Lyman rounds out your top 10. And here is a look at your top 10 finishers at the Evanston Invite. Again, right there, Clara France, Abby Palmer, Jasmine Tapia, Lizel Botts, Talia Conrad, and Katie Saxton, as JC Peacock just received a t-shirt for finishing 4th. Eliza Day coming up and getting her well-earned reward for finishing 3rd. Jocelyn Kapner from Evanston put in a heck of a race, but the king of the mountain, king of the course, king of the mountain, whatever you'd like to say, queen of the mountain, taking the white jersey, white shirt, is Carly Saby. She is the winner of the 2021 Evanston Invite with a time of 25.7.62. If you remember, she and Kapner went mano a mano for most of the race. Saby kept trying to put in move after move, attack after attack. Kapner held on for as long as she could, and Saby finally created just enough to not have to go all the way to the finish with her. She gets the solo victory by 10 seconds. Moving on to the boys, man, what a run by Owen Burnett from Mountain View. He wins it with a 16:44.51. Hiram Baxter just over a minute back. Great run by him. Derek Parks coming back from illness, as we heard in the pre-race show, with a time of 121. Paul Baxter from Evanston just outside of the 120 mark, but there was a bit of a sprint between Baxter, Wiley, and Fannis, as about 2 second maybe separates between the two. I think that's incorrect. Curtis Richens, though, finishes 7th, back 143. Tanner Newsom in 8th. Noah Conrad in 9th. Junior Zermeno in 10th. Evanston takes 8 of the top 10 spots. And here is the award ceremony. Junior Zermeno taking 10th. He's a runner that Coach Nate Conrad is very excited about. Coming in 9th is Noah Conrad with a great finish for himself. In 8th place, you have Tanner Newsom. Tanner has to be thrilled with this result. A time of 18:40. And then, of course, in 7th, Curtis Richens. We heard from him during Get to Know Your Red Devils. Has to be pleased with the performance in front of the home crowd. Evanston themselves just have to be overwhelmingly pleased. Top 10 and 8 of them are from EHS. Here's one of 2 not from there. That's Brigham Fannis. He finishes 6th out of Lyman. 18:11.65. And into our top 5, Caden Wiley with a great performance today. Caden Wiley finishes the 5K course with a time of 18:10.67. Just out-sprinted for fourth by Paul Baxter. 0.4 of a second separate the two Evanston runners. Baxter, a youngin', he'll be back for a couple more years. Got to be excited about what is coming from him. And, of course, Derek Parks from Evanston. The big story, him coming back from illness, finishing in the top 3. Great time, 18:06.38. Hiram Baxter, 17:52.88, a great run. There was no doubt from the pistol he was going to be in that top 2. And then Owen Burnett, who put in the attack early and stayed away the entire time, takes the win. He's not present at the awards, but he gets a round of applause either way. What a great day here at Purple Sage Golf Course. Individual wins go to Lyman and Mountain View. Carly Saby for the Eagles. Owen Burnett for the Buffaloes. In front of you see 9 of the top 10. Owen Burnett not present at awards. 8 of them are from your Evanston Red Devils. Great performance by them. Split right down the middle by Brigham Fannis. It's time for your Dr. McKay Franco Precision Play or Precision Runner of the game. And we're going to give it to Jocelyn Kapner. The most exciting race of the day was the girls as Kapner and Saby went head-to-head all the way to the finish. Kapner put in a great run. Also, Hiram Baxter from Evanston and Derek Parks as well. Great runs by the Evanston Red Devils here at the Evanston Invite either way. That's your Dr. McKay Franco Precision Runners of the Meet. Brought to you by Dr. McKay Franco Precision Dentistry for the whole family. Call 307-789-8910 for your appointment today. That is going to do it for a historic broadcast. The first time My Local Radio has broadcast Evanston Cross Country. And man, are we excited to do it again. Great races, great action, and great athletes on display here at Purple Sage Golf Course. On behalf of our production assistants at the studio back in Evanston, we have Colton Bagley, as well as Sean Hando, our executive producer, Val Cook, as well as our office manager, Kayleen Anderson, and our sales manager, Julie Burley, and the rest of the staff at My Local Radio Sports. The voice of the Valley, Mr. Cullen Holtz, the voice of the Rich Rebels, Cody Olson, and the voice of the Preston Indians in Idaho, Mr. Dan Hubbard. I'm ELAN saying we'll see you next time the ball flies, which will be, well, not necessarily ball flying, but we will be bringing you Evanston Swimming back to mylocalradio.com Tuesday at 3:30. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys at Davis Middle School on Tuesday. Thank you so much for tuning in, and take care.
The preceding has been a wholly owned production of mylocalradio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Thank you for joining us on this First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston Red Devil Sports on mylocalradio.com. Until next time, go Devils.